Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Aphrodite with Starfire with Shadow Face. What's up? Let me see if I have my chat on. There we go. So, I always get these like nervous butterflies before I go live. So, oh no, the person went away. They always go away in the beginning. Maybe they'll come back. They came back. I guess I start my live streams like the same way every time. So hey one person. I went to the library yesterday, my local library, and I had this like yearning to go to the library and just like go in the aisles of books and search for books. And cause I like honestly I do get the I do watch prepper content, and you know how the things are going right now, like everybody's getting all riled up, but like it's a good thing. Like I haven't gone to the library in so long. I mean, I had gone to the library, especially before COVID, because I was using the library for Wi-Fi, but I wasn't like actually looking for books. So I had this kind of like nostalgia, like I really wanted to go get my hands on some books and just kind of look through the library. So that's what I did yesterday, and I went on the computer. I had a list of books that I wanted to get, and the computer library catalog, it is connected to other local libraries, and all the books I wanted were at other local libraries. They weren't like at the library I physically was at, because I wanted to get some books on like Aleister Crowley, and like I wanted books on Ophiuchus, and what else? Like BLM lands, and they didn't have any books. Thank you, Virginia. Nice to see you. So, I was able to find some books, and you write down their call numbers, and then you like go out into the aisles of books, and then like at least the nonfiction is sorted by subject. So if you find like, even if a book you don't like, the book you wanted is not there, like it will tell you the general area where books like it are there. So it was like really fun for me to just to look at the different books. I wish I got a little more time in the fiction section, but it's kind of a bummer the fiction is organized by the name of the author. So, which book should I start with? Let's start with the biggest. I'll show you all the books I got. I felt like such a cool nerd. I got all these books at the library. Alright, we'll start with the biggest. This one is Norton's Star Atlas and reference handbook. If you guys have other stuff you want to talk about, please be my guest. So I haven't even looked inside these books yet, but I guess it tells you the coordinates of stars and stuff. This is another book I got. Beaches and Parks in Southern California. Experience the California coast. Has lots of nice pictures. What are you guys up to today? This is another book, West Coast RV Camping. The complete guide to more than 2,300 RV parks and campgrounds in Washington, Oregon, and California. Don't say. This one, the title's a little misleading. It says Seduction, Secret Power of Women, but it's really the lure of sirens and mermaids. It's really about mermaids, but it has lots of cool pictures. I don't know, do you guys read books? When's the last time you guys like went to the library and got some books? Or do you just look on books online or like on your phone? Do you just read books on your phone? There was a time I was reading lots of books, but they were all like medical textbooks. This one's pretty cool and alchemical. It's called The Lure of the Unicorn. And I don't know if you guys seen this alchemical picture before of a gated unicorn with the tree. But this is and it looks like it says, I don't know, is that A and D? It's kind of like a hidden picture. It's like A and a backwards E. Is that a sigma? The backwards sigma? The Holy Hunt. What does this book about? I think it's about the treasure of his brow. The Battle of Books. Has anybody been getting scalp changes or bumps on your scalp? I think there's something to growing horns. And horns are really just condensed hair. I don't know if you guys watched Graham Nasty TV, but he's really into turpentine and drinking turpentine and like pouring turpentine on his body, on his bare skin. And he says it has this burning sensation, but just to power through it. And then like you have this like power that's released. And it does like, I don't know how, it doesn't seem real safe to me, but there is something to be said about dissolving glue and the nature of paints, like acrylic paints and paint thinner. I was also mentally getting into detergents, like Gent is, you know, jeans, like generations, and deter jeans. And then when you're using detergents, what you're actually doing is like using globs of hydrophobic molecules. Basically it repels water, and then they grab up all of the fat dirt particles, and then when you wash it away, the detergent has a water soluble component, and that sticks to the water and it grabs the dirt off. So it like deters germs. Germs are also named, germ is also like your germ cells, like what you use to make babies. Okay, what did you say? Mr. McGee, you touched on the archetype of the spider's web months ago, and I have been looking for good info to explore further. In what way? Recently I just found a new channel, and he's a big channel. It's like Mark, I think it's Mark Allison 88. He does gematria. I think I found him through Joseph Aquavia 222, who's blocked me like a tool, but I still watch him. I watch some of his stuff because he does like gematria every day about the news headlines. But this Mark Allison 88 channel was talking about this star, is it Alcyone? It's A-L, I mean, let's look it up in the star atlas that I have here. Alcyone, I think, is the name. I think he was saying that he thinks that, like, maybe that's our source, like, or the source of the star beings. And I like rearranged the letter. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, like, to people. I just saw that. I just rearranged the letters in it, and it goes to Lacey 1. And I was like, Lacey 1, World Wide Web, internet, interwebs. So maybe Alcyone is where the spiders come from. Let's see if it has it in the index. Oh, no. Anywho, so what do you say? Getting stuck in webs, the matrix, the labyrinth. Yeah, I mean that's like kind of like the rabbit hole, you know. I guess getting stuck in the web, but the matrix is a womb. Matrice, like la matrice, is the name for uterus in French. Like matrix is the name for the uterus, the womb. Ma, like, you know, a lot of people say ma's tricks. That's like mother's tricks. And a really good movie that I think highlights the nature of the AI and the emotional nature of the AI is the kids movie. I think it's Coraline, and she kind of goes to this other side through a tunnel in like her room or her closet, and it's like a mirrored world, but the mom and the dad are super loving to her, but they have kind of button eyes, and it ends up that other flip world is run by this spider, like this possessive mama spider, and the spider is presenting a simulated reality to Coraline so that she won't want to leave. So she's like giving her all of these kind of gifts and like simulations of friends, but you know, Coraline knows that something's up, like, because it's not real, and they're kind of shells of people, and again they have the button eyes, they're like kind of dolls, and so it's like a you know, a Xerox of the real thing, but it's the goal is for this, you know, matrix spider basically to keep Coraline in her world so that she doesn't leave. So it's like the mom that doesn't want the kids to leave the nest, the mother that's so possessive over the child that's become an adult that the mom starts to become destructive towards the child because the mom doesn't want to sever that relationship. I guess in a way that would be the Oedipus complex. So this is another book I got. It's called Heroes, Mortals, Myths in Ancient Greece. I think there's high 53 Luxor. Let me read. I think there's a lot to be gained from being healthy, but I think people put too much importance on the body in spiritual growth. If you are a spiritual being, this will start to feel so unreal. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, some people are so like in the body or in the head, and then a lot of people are like hypocrites about it. Like, they say, oh, this is all a simulation, everybody around you is an NPC, so, you know, like, oh, your mom's an NPC, oh, your dad's an NPC, oh, your boyfriend's an NPC. So it really doesn't matter what they say. You don't really have to worry about their feelings. But then they'll put all of this emphasis on food and what food you should eat and what food is nutritious and what food is detrimental, and there's poison and nutrients. And it's like, well, wait a minute. How can you have all of these people that aren't real and the environment's not real, but the food's real? Like if everything doesn't matter, then the food shouldn't matter either. Like, right? I kind of feel like we have to, like, just the nature of this realm, we have to kind of like surf the environment and be in the middle, like not like it's balancing the polarity of this place. You can't be on one team and not the other. You kind of have to be this go-between that in the end doesn't really take sides. You're kind of like the Trinity. You're like both, but you're also none of them. It's like you're zero and infinity. What was I even talking about? Oh, yeah. So, and I also feel like your thoughts are very, very important about what you in regards to what you eat. So, and this is true about medicine or about anything you ingest. Of course, like you can't, like if you're gonna ingest a bunch of bleach, just thinking that, oh, this is good for me, probably won't overrun the actual chemical effects of putting ammonia inside of your esophagus and your stomach lining. That's gonna mess you up. But in terms of like artificial foods and maybe like nanos that are in our foods and stuff, this kind of encompasses the nature of like praying over your food. But if you really like believe what you're eating is good for you, even if it's like top ramen, as long as you're not eating that every day, I think if you're listening to your body and like what you're craving, it's good to follow that. Like if you're craving chocolate, to eat chocolate, but like to find the best kind of chocolate you can find, like the most close to the source as you can find, that's not as artificial. But if you think something's bad for you while you eat it, if you're eating chocolate and you're like, oh, this is so bad for me, I shouldn't be doing this, like then that for sure will be bad for you. Like if you're thinking something's bad for you while you're doing it, that's like an actual assault on your body. Like your body will take that as an assault because you're emotionally feeling like you don't want it, and then your body's putting it in you. Like it's like you're kind of like raping yourself in a way, like you're going against your consent. And it's like in this realm, once you kind of go against your own consent in one facet, that lets other facets kind of take that as like, oh, well, you went against your consent here, so why should I believe you when you say, you believe this over here? Because you may change your mind over here, or you might, maybe you don't really mean it because you said, you even do it to yourself. So I just really think that it's not like you have to lie to yourself, but if you don't think something is good for you, don't do it. And if you need to do something, or if you want to do something, just really make sure you know that you're like, I need to do this, it's going to be good for me in the long run. Or I need to do this, this is the best choice for me in the moment. And that's you telling yourself the truth. Like you can turn a guilty pleasure, like a sin, you can turn a sin into like something that like is medicine. But you have to be honest with yourself. Like you can't I mean, if you're not honest with yourself, then I think that's why we're here, is to figure it out. Like, figure out what it means, like what your consent means, like where your boundaries are, like where the shell of you like ends. Like, a lot of people, they have no boundary. It's just like open access. Like, anybody can come take. And you know, some people, it's like at their skin, like, you know, you can tell me to do anything, but don't touch me. Or, you know, it's different. But I think consent is a really big thing, especially in regards to yourself. Okay, let's namaste, right? Hey, namaste. Exactly. I think there are rules or codes to normalcy, but there is also the consciousness that pushes into the reality bubble. And the most powerful part of soul beings, again, not saying eat bad. Yeah, and I do think that not everybody here has a soul. Like, not everybody here is like, thank you. Not everybody here is here to learn. They're here as like actual NPCs. They're like source players. And they're like sleepers. Maybe one day they'll wake up, but they're here to show us different ways of being, right? We need to see, like, we're in the land of clarity. We need to see like morbidly obese people. We need to see people in wheelchairs. We need to see, you know, like super bodybuilding, like, you know, 8% body fat people, like, so that we kind of know. But it does feel like there is a built-in knowledge, and maybe that's our ancestral DNA of like we know what's right and wrong. We know like a built-in code. But I'm really digging Anna Grace from Mind Forward, because she's talking all about how basically Moses was the devil, because he had 2 horns, and Mount Sinai is Mount Hermon, where the fallen angels descended. And that if you follow the 10 commandments, basically you don't believe in Jesus. And I really believe that. That Jesus got rid of sin when he died on the cross. I'm looking up in this book for Aphrodite. Let's see. Aphrodite! Red Dawn. Oh, hi, Red Dawn on NBC. Did they require you to wear a face diaper? Oh, in the library? No. No, all of the, is that what you're asking in the library? All the librarians were wearing them. I do have to tell you guys, I did go to the library right before I got my, my RV certified to use the internet at the library. So this was like the beginning of March. And I was just using the computers at like kind of the central computer station. I didn't like venture into the books or look up books or anything. But I needed to print. I don't have a printer at home, so I used the printer at the library. So anyways, I'm down at the computer, and then I was like surrounded by total NPCs. The guy sitting right next to me at the computer, he had like a giant fro that was like out to here. he was like wearing his backpack like in the chair. He had like the mask with like the seam down the center, so it's kind of very like ninja beak looking. And I think he had he had headphones. He had the yeah, he had a big fro, and then he had the headphones on. And he was like in long sleeves, and it was like it was a warm day. And it was like he was so jacked up. He had his headphones connected to the computer, and on the computer he was playing YouTube videos or music, MP3s, and it was like I could hear everything he was listening to because it was blasting so loud, and I swear it was shots, shots, shot, 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 everybody. And he was doing his workout for the day. He was like doing like this. And it was like old hip hop music. It was the weird in the library. And it was like he was sweating. He had the mask on, like sunglasses. It was so weird. It was the weirdest thing. So, no, they don't enforce the masks anymore. Are they enforcing masks in your area? Thank you, Galapagos. What do they call actors? Yeah, they're empty vessels. And that's what Anne was going into about how the Bible says that. So it was like the God actually made Lord gods, and then the Lord gods were of God. And then the Lord God sprinkled stuff on the dirt, and then like Adam sprouted out of the dirt, and he was of the earth. So he was like claymation. And then the Lord, and then he was angry, he was ruddy because he was from the red dirt. So he was like Mars, and he had a scowl, and he was always angry because all he did was like, that was his countenance. And then the Lord God made him an equal, but it was another dirt woman. It was a what do they call it? Concubine. And then Eve comes in, and she has the knowledge of the gods. So she was likely a Lord God, and she has the whiteness, the shininess. And it was their offspring, the white shininess of Eve, who had the Lord God essence of the God. And Adam, who was like claymation, had earth DNA, who is angry red. And they were able to make an offspring that was of youthful beauty, which had the red ruddiness and the white shininess. And these were like the holy women that all of the angels wanted to sleep with and stuff. Anywho, I don't see stuff about Aphrodite. Oh, 2 doves, symbols of Aphrodite, flank the couple. That's it. All right, what else books I have? This is the other one. It's Encyclopedia of Norse, Germanic folklore, mythology, and magic. What do you guys think about the Robert Seffer stuff? I swear I got so many bots after me with the Robert Seffer stuff, and like I'll come back at them and they don't have a response. You can tell that they're bots when they don't want to like actually go back and forth. Hi, Kodiak Ben. Oh, you should try again, Red Dawn. I strongly suggest try again. I say most people, I'm in Central Valley, California. I know you're in California too. There's still about 40% of people that just wear the mask because they want to, but I'd say the majority of people are not wearing masks right now, which is really refreshing. And a lot of workers are not wearing masks, especially at the supermarket, but at places where are more like at Macy's and stuff, most people are wearing the mask. Us chosen ones aren't posers. Hi, Daniel. I know, like the posers. The posers are so right. Like they just like pose, like they mimic. They're like props. Turpentine is used in small doses to detox. A tincture and water is all you need. Yeah, I heard that. I think it's supposed to target your gallbladder, if I'm not right. But I think just in a way, like thinking, you know, like the nature of this matrix, like if you think, like a lot of symbols are, you know, people jumping into paintings, like the plasma screen, like there's like a plasma liquid crystal, and like cartoon characters, 2D, 3D, and like turpentine, like melting the colors of the prism, like the Pink Floyd prism pyramid, like, because turpentine, like its nature is to thin the color, right, to thin the paint. I kind of just think that's it. And there's a lot of energy in this realm regarding Van Gogh, and I'm kind of just free going here. A lot of energy around castration right now and chopping off body parts. It's this like the starfish, like chopping off body parts and regeneration. Genevieve has made a video like kind of defending a friend about somebody sent, like in the awakened community, some guy sent a dick pic, like welcome, or you know, unprovoked, just random dick pic to this other like awakened girl. And so Genevieve was defending this other girl, you know, like, don't send dick pics, blah blah blah. And I'm like, do you realize that like a guy just sending like a random dick pic is like black magic around Osiris, like sending the dismembered, it's like chopping, it's like a man just castrated himself with an image and then sent it to her, and it's like a gonzo, like a shock, like that's the reaction they're trying to get, I guess. Like, and I guess some guys watch porn where like, it's one thing and you're in a relationship or you're like courting somebody and you're sending, you know, pictures of each other back and forth. That's one thing. But like if you're, you know, just an acquaintance and you just like, haha, like just randomly send like a picture of your genitals, like like there's no flirting or anything going on. It's almost like it's like this assault of consent again. But I was like telling Genevieve, I was like, this is a Osiris ritual. This is like a dark black magic ritual where he castrated himself with an image, like trying to, you know, remember Osiris with the golden member, the 14th piece. But it's a really lonely gesture, you know, like trying to create this longing of Isis, like if like seeing a dismembered penis is like supposed to trigger the archetype of Isis, I guess, in a woman and make her want to go now, like pursue getting Osiris back, like, you know, because that's what Isis did, is that she, like, you know, she changed her image, she pretended to be a slave girl, she like traveled all around and to find Osiris's body and put him back together again. So I think like that dick pic thing is tied with that. And I do watch Alex Jones, and he did for a day, like the whole day, talking about how you Karens, soldiers are castrating Rurus in Ukraine, and they're capturing Rurus in Ukraine and shooting them in the balls and castrating them. And there's like this footage of all these guys like on the ground going, oh, and they're like kicking them in the balls and stuff. You know, I don't know how real this stuff is, but it's all put out there on purpose. Again, the Osiris ritual, like the demasculination. I don't know if you guys know, but like wars are a way of getting rid of all of the aggressive male genes. Like to anybody that, any of the people that are willing to protect their family sign up for this, and then they go get killed on purpose, like so that you get rid of the guys that are going to stand up against authority. Like those are the guys that are going to fight and defend the house if somebody comes to the house. But if you kill them in war, well, now you got the weakly guys to stay back. So like all the guys that are, you know, running over to go, but we all know that, you know, we all know that. But again, I don't even really believe a lot of the footage that we see. Like I don't really know if really real people are really getting castrated, and you know, but they can be, they could be. I don't know, but I do see it for what it is. And there's this big thing about chopping body parts off, and how it's supposed to like make you a better person, or like make you like ascend in a way. Here in Portugal. Oh, I didn't know you're in Portugal. Kodiak Ben. Master almost gone. Same stain. Oh, that's good. But we all know it's probably something's coming back. Hey, Aegis Reflector. We never had to emulate anyone, right? Because we are the old souls. Yep. If anyone is just claymation, they're not real. They're just artificial intelligence. But we are operating claymation avatars, even though we're only using them like Windows. Yeah, but there's something to, some people have a different mixture of DNA. You know, you guys hear that helicopter? Ooh. There's been 0 clouds today. Like ever so faint little drone planes with camis, but 0 clouds. It's been very warm. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, different people have different mixture of DNA. Excuse me. And I think that probably that is what a big, oh, and I don't know if what you guys know, but Genesis just played their last show ever, I think last night. And so that's a big code, you know, Genesis is over. But that's like one of the big purposes of this Petri dish is to create beings with different genetic codes. Oh, that's the thing about cutting off body parts, is that you have to cut off body parts to become psychic. Is that's the way the MK Ultra, it was once you cut off certain things like fingers, ears, that's the Van Gogh again, penises, you cut out your gonads. I had a foot of my colon cut out. Lots of women have things cut out of them because they're told it's, you know, for their health. But a lot of these procedures, wisdom teeth, like are they to prevent you to be psychic, or are they like, they're probably more to prevent you to be psychic, like they're like clipping your wings. Because then a wisdom teeth, they'll create a different vibration, and your sound is supposed to manifest. So like if you have that DNA of like being able to receive Holy Spirit transmission, like the shining one, I think if you have your wisdom teeth, you probably are a lot more able to cast manifestations, because you DNA tool that was supposed to be part of the program, your temple, that you have those wisdom teeth there to vibrate that perfect sound that was meant to come out of your body. But they put braces on our teeth, they take our wisdom teeth out, so we don't have that sound that we may have been naturally programmed via our DNA that would have, if our teeth vibrated in the perfect way that they were supposed to, that vibration would have, I say tree and there goes a tree, and I say purple cloud and there's a purple cloud, of how it's supposed to be. And then there's other things where, like, people become blind, they lose their eyes, and then they develop these psychic powers, or all of the other senses become extremely honed. But the surgery and cutting off body parts is definitely used in a way to like call and select for powers. If anyone is just quick. Books by candlelight may be happening soon too. Hi, Garden Telepathy. Yeah, that's why I got some books. I wish I was gonna ask her what was the maximum amount of books I could check out, but I had to pee really bad, so I had to get out of the library and go home. So I just checked out what I had. So yeah. But that was something, like, I knew that I wanted, just going on that little trip in my new RV, was like, I was like, okay, now when you're out in nature, that's the time, and you're just like sitting there, that's the time you need a book, like, in your hands. Like, that's the time you can really enjoy a book, is when you're just out in nature, no cell signal, you're hearing birds chirping, and you're, reading about something new. Or even reading old books, those are fun too. Adam represents the first being to enter the window of this matrix through physical avatar. Yeah, doubles Aphrodite. Hey there, I hope you are doing well. It's good to get. Hey Richie, are you getting my comments? Because I saw your comment asking to do a video together, and then I went to respond and it like disappeared. I don't know where it went. And then I wrote you a comment and I haven't heard back from you, so I don't know if you saw my comment, but I'd be happy to. You can send me an email at you can do it the alchemy, it's ALLKIMMIE 666 @gmail.com. Or type in your email address or something, and I'll send you an email. Helicopters outrageous down here in San Diego. Yeah, I bet. San Diego is like super calling me. Like, oh, and that's, yeah. I have all these ideas of videos. I don't know if you guys get inspired, but I have all these ideas of videos, and it's kind of this double-edged sword, because I really just want to get the information out there, but I want to do it in the right way. So I have this kind of like, drive to do it, but I want to do it in the right way, and then that right way takes a little bit of work, or a lot of work sometimes, and I have this like procrastination tendency. So it's like, do I just put it out there and do it kind of half-ass, just so it's out there and I do it and I have more content so I can just do more? Or do I, really focus on each thing and make it like good, but I'm not putting out as much stuff, But I want to show people how to see who because you're actually more related to certain people in your family than others. And there's a kind of a way that you can figure that out through you know, on a family tree doing the X and Y chromosomes and also looking at pictures. And it's really interesting, and you can actually see like where your DNA is going, and you're actually related. Like some people you're not related to at all, like hardly at all in your family. But I was thinking about doing a video about that. It doesn't matter what they try to do, they can't stop what is coming. Yeah. I think the idea of mixture of wheat and tares is a farce. Everyone is either one or the other. The chosen ones, the wheat, were predestined from the beginning. I think the NPCs want us to think there can be a mix, but I think it's just more illusion. I'm open to being wrong, but I don't actually see it. Yeah. I don't know, like, cause I don't know about you, but there's like people in my life now that have obviously made a decision to go a certain way, and they really have changed a lot in their demeanor, but I have a memory and I remember how they used to be, and I remember they had the capability of, you know, understanding what trading your body and like protecting your fertility and all of that, and listening to other people's sides, and they had that like capability and that love there, and now that's gone. But so it's like, are you saying that were they lying before, or were they faking it before, and now they're just showing their true colors? Because to me, like, I know that they were real back then. So I don't know if that means that they were all shadow person, like, because they were able to show like love. And so, but and then it's like, were they replaced? Like, because it does feel like a lot of people were replaced, especially around like 2012. There was a lot of action, and people going in and out. Yeah. I haven't had any comments for a while. Oh no. Okay. I'll drop my email in the comments rather in live comments, so you have it. Okay, cool. Yeah. And you might have to spell it out, like spell out dot and spell out, you know, like, and spell out at, because sometimes if you write your email address, it won't go through. Stay in the game of cycles. I would say find a balance and don't focus too much on either quality. But maybe something I'd want to get some French fries and mozzarella. You know, you don't have to, but it's weird how Christians will like talk. How long were you in a coma for? They used to be open-minded and less of our loving essence away, and so they seem less and less relatable. Relationship problem. What's up? My phone overheated. Oh, I should move it out of the sun. Sorry about that. Do you guys hear that? Super creepy. Hear that? My phone overheated. I had to put it in the freezer. I think when they vampire off of us, they act more like us temporarily. Yeah. It's like they steal your personality essence. I do think there's something about like seeing through our eyes, like being John Malkovich. Are you still there? Are you guys back? Can you see me? Can you guys see me?